took a lot of inspiration from that and sort of play with what it means to use those lines in a playful way to sort of embody this character. Now, this is the part I never get symmetrical here, maybe. So that's a little brief story about how we landed on the clown. And every time that I do a face, it starts with a prayer. And what that looks like for me each time is different. And how it's structured, where it goes, the tone of it, it's different every time. Sometimes it's here we go, can we do this now? And sometimes that's the prayer and we get through it. Sometimes the prayer is like my one yesterday, man, I haven't done this since the beginning of July and I'm really scared. What if for this big moment I forget what I'm doing? Can you be here with me? Can we do this together? And my face that I did yesterday was pretty great. So, it starts there. And as I go through and I am figuring out what I'm going to do in terms of color, in terms of what piece of it is going to be different this time, I never have a plan. Because the spirit will move for me the way that it'll move. And in those moments, things are decided and colors will jump out to me, or I will look in the mirror and I will see where that difference is going to be visually. And I follow it. And it's become this really beautiful, intuitive practice that is so grounding. It's very humbling when I try and do something different and it doesn't turn out the way that I thought. But it has become so grounding, so therapeutic, and deeply, deeply connected in a way that is really hard to explain in words, which is the case for a lot of visual art, right? It's not words, and that's kind of the point. There have been a number of times where I will be doing a face before going to church in the morning, for example. So sometimes I'm a little far from the mic when I do that. I will go and I will lead a Christian worship service, and I will put on a face and an outfit to do that. And I do my face in the same way. I start with a prayer. I have a very specific curated playlist of a variety of songs. Yes, there's a whole bunch of Flamey Grant in that playlist. There's also a bit of Hillsong. There's some EDM. It's a very wide range. And again, I let the colors pop out to me. I sort of lay everything out, do the prayer, listen to the songs, and see what happens. And it's quite magical, for a lack of a better word. And there have been a number of occasions, more actually than I can count at this point, where I have, what color was I doing? Oh yeah. Where I have done this process and gone to put my face on, I pick the outfit, going through this whole experience with myself. And I get to where I'm going, usually a church, sometimes a community center or a different organization. And whatever decorations are up in that space are the same colors as what ended up being on my face. And every time whoever is there always asks me, like, did you look this up ahead of time? Like, have you been here before? I haven't. I don't. And that has been such a really dramatic affirmation for me about how deeply connected this practice is to my spirituality, to the spirit, to the divine, and to where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing.